Welcome back, everybody, to part two of episode 29. No, great movie, though. I thought it was great.
You guys see anything else?
Nope. I was too exhausted after watching Joker.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying anything else till tomorrow, and that's going to be Maleficent. So.
I saw Gemini Man.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
What'd you think?
It was good. It was a good story. I went to see the same day I saw Joker, so I saw Gemini Man first. So it was a different...
Double feature?
Yeah, I did well, it wasn't a double feature. It was... I have that AMC watch 3 movies a week pass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, it was good. I really did like what they tried to do. So for me, it was like Deathstroke. I mean, a Deadshot versus the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay.
Because it was a younger and an older version. And the problem that I had, and that was the theater that I saw it in, and Avaz and I spoke about this prior to, they had this 3D high resolution super def screening. The resolution was amazing. There was no pixels. You could see everything was crystal clear and perfect. The problem is because of it was so good and clean that you could see the CG in Will Smith's face. And that's not a knock to the movie. It's a knock to how great the screen quality, how great the
movie theater that you saw.
Yeah, exactly. The resolution that they put that movie in. Because I would see the commercials and you can't tell. Right. But this screen was so, or this format was so crystal clear that I noticed it, and from time to time that would take away from the movie.
Yeah.
And it's not because of, it was just the quality. It was great quality. That was its flaw.
How was the acting? Because like you say, it was like Deadshot versus Fresh Prince. Was the younger version of him like a wisecracking smartass, or
he was confused? Again, I don't want to spoil if anyone's gonna watch it from the reviews. I don't think that many people are. Because it was Joker. What movie came out last week? It was an animated one. Oh, it was Joker, Addams Family.
Oh yeah,
Gemini Man. So, and I know they came out around the same time. So, I'm not sure.
I have mixed feelings about saying Addams Family, and that's just because it's animated.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
I want another live action. Hold on.
I know.
So, the acting was... Older Will Smith was a lot better. The emotional... They tried to give me that moment with Uncle Phil, that Will Smith's dad walked out of him. I think that was his best acting ever.
Yeah. Was
in that scene. And for me, I felt like they tried to replicate that in one of the scenes. And it just didn't come across for me. I think Will Smith's greatest movie he's ever, it was in The Pursuit of Happiness. I think that was his best movie he's ever done.
Yeah, I would have to agree, to be honest with you. I think so too.
And
it's a great movie.
And he's done other good ones, but for me, his acting prowess was right there.
Just he did a great job in Ali.
No, yeah, but again,
but
to me,
I know what you're talking about is like the emotional,
acting. Attachment.
Yeah,
I felt bad for the character.
It came off. So
I felt bad for the character, and this one was kind of like his character in Bad Boys without the smart mouth. He's a badass, top everyone. He's a hired whatever.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. Okay, I believe it, but I've seen this before from Will Smith. And then they try to pair him with like himself.
Right.
Which I appreciate because I was afraid they're going to bring his son in, Jaden Smith. Nothing against the kid. I don't know the kid, but I don't think his acting prowess is there if you're going to put him in a movie with his dad. With the exception of, again, Pursuit of Happiness, because he was a little kid in that movie.
Yeah.
But it was... I would say check it out. It's different, and you see Will Smith versus Will Smith.
Yeah.
Introducing Will Smith. Because it was...
Oh, that sounds awesome.
And the fight sequences were great. Granted, some of them were CG'd and camera tricks because you can't have him fight himself. And he did wear like a mocap mask because it is his feature, so he did act both parts. But ultimately, watch it, make your own decision. It was, again, not a perfect movie. It was good, I think, for what it was. Not great. great. Joker was great for a different reason, but I'm not even going to compare one to the other.
Well, yeah, I mean, because one's more of a popcorn movie, and the other one's more of a.
What the hell did I just watch?
Yes.
So yeah, other than that, Maleficent comes out today, tomorrow.
Yeah, technically, I guess it came out just now.
Kind of trying to get excited for that movie too.
I'm excited for it.
I mean, I like the first one.
The story was good for the first one.
Well, the story was the same. Was the original Sleeping Beauty just from her point of view?
Right.
Because in every conflict or in everything, there's always two sides of the story. We heard the King and the Kingdom's version, and now we got to hear her version of it. And I don't think she's going to be the bad guy again. I think it's going to be Michelle Pfeiffer who's going to be the bad guy. So we'll see.
And here's the thing. I already was a fan of Last Night because this is me with my messed up self. I never liked Sleeping Beauty as a child or Snow White. I hated them. But I loved Maleficent. And the whole movie is like, I'll watch it for Maleficent, but I do not care about Sleeping Beauty.
Well, that's in the first movie. I really didn't care about her either.
Well, again, it's her story. Yeah. It's the same story, just her version of it.
Well,
I mean, I'd be pissed off if somebody cut off my wings too and I couldn't fly.
No, right? I mean the original Disney Sleeping Beauty. I do not like that.
I know what you meant, but what I'm saying is that the live action Maleficent original is the same story from Disney, but from her point of view. Like I'm saying, if you watch the animated Sleeping Beauty, she's the bad guy because she did this and she did that and cursed. But from her point of view, it was kind of like, well, this guy was supposed to be my friend. He betrayed me, so that caused me to do this, this, and this. So it essentially is the same story told from two different perspectives. Yeah. This one here, I don't know where it's going to go because it's a story that we haven't heard of Sleeping Beauty. Hey, I'm getting married or I want to get married. So I'm just curious to see where that's going to go or, what story they're going to take on that.
I mean,
I'm hoping Michelle Pfeiffer is a villain because she plays a really good villain.
I think she is. I think my theory is that she's trying to take over the kingdom. That's my theory on that.
I'm thinking she's trying to take over the kingdom, but because Sleeping Beauty, Aurora, is that her name?
Yeah,
Aurora is I think she may have been given Maleficent's kingdom as well.
Yes, she was.
So if that were the case, I mean, she'll own both kingdoms at the same time. So that you're probably right.
At the same time, we're also getting a king of the fairies now too.
Oh yeah.
I know this because I talk to people over in London too.
So I mean,
I already got some spoilers because they can't keep their mouth shut.
You asked, right? You had to have asked.
No, I didn't.
You had to have asked. No,
but I just had good conversations on this and this. I haven't seen it yet. I'm over in the United States.
So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm still not sold on part 2. Well, not 100% sold. I'm not saying I'm not going to watch it. I'm just like...
I'm excited.
I'm going because my wife says I have to go.
I'm just curious to see whether or not she's going to stay the hero or she's going to become the
villain. That's one of my curiosities.
That's the other thing because it was called Mistress of Evil.
But is that what the name that Michelle Pfeiffer gave her?
See, that's another
maybe that's Michelle Pfeiffer's character's name.
That's also what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're automatically assuming that it's her. But we'll see. Again, I'm not opposed to it. It's a Disney movie. Disney movies have a habit of very rarely letting me down, but they have. Cars 2. Cars 3. Planes.
I like Cars 3.
Yeah, Cars 3 was actually good. Cars 2...
Yeah.
Cars 3, no.
Cars 3, no. Was there a Cars 3? There was a Cars 3, right?
Yeah, there was a Cars 3.
I felt like it was a good redemption to the original Cars.
Planes.
Yeah, so did me.
Was another one. Planes.
I didn't even bother with Planes. I didn't not want to.
So, again, very rarely did they let me down, but it has happened. By the way, you guys getting Disney Plus? I just signed up for it.
I will be.
Yeah, same here. I want to.
I just found out that that Zorro is going to be on there.
Really?
The black and white Zorro.
Wow.
That one, and they also have... They're also going to have Disney Afternoon. So Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, nice. Gargoyles, Tailspin, Chippendales Rescue Rangers.
That's awesome.
So they're all going to be on that. They released a whole slate of everything they're going to have. It's like a bunch of stuff.
Wow.
Okay, probably it's going to be worth it then.
Well, hell, I mean, just the stuff that we've seen from D23 was...
The Mandalorian. Yeah. Well, even...
I mean, that's worth it for like a couple months, but I wouldn't keep it just for.
Well, it's like
shows.
$70 a year, but I think
a year.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
So I mean, I think I did. They did a thing where you get it for 3 years. It will like cost me like $170.
Oh yeah, no.
But it's a 3-year thing because they're also going to do original shows as well.
See, for me with the original shows, for me to actually want to do a subscription, it's like you have to give me a whole bunch of shows for me to actually give you money.
Well, I just mentioned a whole bunch of them you were excited for.
Yeah, but
not to mention The Mandalorian and High School the Musical, the TV series.
Oh no.
Right.
What?
But those are all ones that I already have, like on VHS and DVD.
You do not have. You do not have The Mandalorian. These are all brand new. Bucky and the Winter Soldier and Falcon is going to be in the show. Wanda and Vision. What else?
They're going to have the
Lady and the Tramp live action.
Live action Lady and the Tramp movie is going to be on the streaming service. Yeah, so I mean, there's a bunch of stuff on there. There's also like a Christmas movie that's coming out.
Yeah, with Anna Kendrick is going to be.
Yeah, Anna Kendrick, like the daughter of Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't not heard of that one. Lady and Tramp, I saw.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that we already talked about once before.
Yeah, but now they actually legitimately released the whole entire slate of everything that's going to be on there. Like every single thing, it took like 20 minutes. All the Herbies, the original Herbies are going to be on there. Mary Poppins and, all the original animated series, all the original animated TV shows that they've had. The Simpsons made the cut. And a couple other things that are on there.
Ooh, is Disney's Gummy Bears going to be on there?
Yeah.
What?
Disney Gummy Bears and a couple other things. Like I said, I'm excited for Gargoyles.
Yeah,
Darkwing Duck.
That's going to be a big one right there.
And who knows? Who's to say that they're not going to revise, like the response? Kind of like, well, let's make more of them.
I mean, if any of these old school.
I mean, they redid DuckTales, but I still like the original one's better.
The original one was better. Yeah, I'd have to say the same thing. I just want to stare at you.
Nice socks.
What else are we talking about? Do you want to talk about the stuff about Catwoman and Riddler just getting announced? Did you hear about that?
I heard about Catwoman, but not Riddler.
Riddler just got announced today.
Or his own movie? Or
no, it's part of the Batman.
Part of the Batman movie.
Okay, my
Patterson
question.
Batman.
But who else just pulled out and said they're not doing it?
Well, that was what was his name?
He was in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
No.
Superbad.
Was it the main character of Wolf of Wall Street?
No, he was a chubby friend. Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill, I think, is not going to be in it anymore.
No, Jonah Hill. He was in negotiations. I think there was said to be the Riddler. Everybody kind of thought that he'd made a better.
I don't think he'd be a good Penguin. It's too obvious. I don't like obvious.
Just today they announced that Paul Dano, I think it is his name. He's going to be the Riddler. Oh. And I remember him from the movie. Was it The Girl Next Door? Haven't you ever seen that movie?
Yes.
Yeah, there was like a porn star or Playboy Playmate.
Porn
that
star
one, and then he was also in Cowboys vs. Aliens. He was the son that got abducted.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't like that movie.
Yeah. And so like the character that he played in that, Girl Next Door, which was the nerdy character, combined with the character that he played, which was kind of a jerk in Cowboys and Aliens, I think he can actually pull off a really good.
I don't have a problem with that casting.
Yeah. So, did they cast Poison Ivy for sure yet?
Not that I know of.
We haven't heard anything about that.
Because I heard something about Rihanna possibly being Poison
God,
Ivy.
I hope not.
I'm not gonna lie, I would be excited for Rihanna to be
No, why?
She can pull that. She has that feminine spirit.
That's great, but because she act.
I don't think.
Yeah.
In what?
She's done okay, I'll admit, she's done a lot of the, animated voice acting.
Okay.
She did do pretty good in Valerian. I'm not mad at that one.
Valerian.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was in that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now I remember.
She was the dancer.
Yeah.
She danced really well.
Yeah. Yeah, but then she was also in Battleship.
Yes.
I forgot about that movie.
Yeah, so did a lot of people.
I like that movie.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not
God,
mad at
that
that
was-
movie at all.
It was horrible. It was
No.
horrible. You cannot convince me.
You take out the whole story and plot.
Yeah, take out the whole story,
Yeah,
take out the
yeah.
ships,
Watch it as a,
And you
as
have-
a blow-up movie.
and you have Rihanna
Action
there.
and
That's all you
explosions.
know.
That's a good
No. If you take who says if you take out the story and just leave the action sequences?
Come on. There's a lot of movies that I watch and I don't watch it for the story.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I know,
that's
and I know
fair.
that, but no. First off, I was waiting for somebody to say, "You sank my battleship." By the way, I was also disappointed in the Hunger Games because I thought it was going to be about hungry hippos. So I thought that was another game, that they made.
Don't start again.
Oh no! Don't do that with me here.
So, but yeah, I don't have no problem with Rihanna singing. I have no problem, but I rather them get an actress because DC is having such a hard time, or Warner Brothers having such a hard time with their movies that they really need to take it seriously and be like, oh well, you're a singer and you look hot. Let's go ahead and
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry,
agree.
but as soon as they added anyone from Twilight to be Batman, I was like, no.
yeah. But that's what everyone said about Christian Bale. That's what everyone said about Ben Affleck
Ledger.
and Heath Ledger. So I have no say in that. I mean, he's not a horrible actor. He's just not putting good roles. I'm not gonna be mad at that because again, we've seen other actors who have done the role better, and they were the most surprising thing. That's why I said when Jonah Hill everyone's like, oh, he could be a good Penguin. Like that's too obvious.
I'm not gonna lie, but they also end up having Anna Kendrick as Catwoman. I'm gonna be like, no, I don't want a Twilight Batman.
No, I wouldn't want that.
Anna Kendrick was in Twilight, was she?
No, she wasn't in Twilight.
Well, okay. Who was
No,
No, you were
sorry.
talking about
the girl who played Bella.
Yeah.
I'm not a Twilight fan, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You can come after me if you want. I don't care.
Well, they already cast Catwoman.
They did. This
Yeah.
wasn't her thing.
It's
No,
Jason
it's-
Momoa's stepdaughter.
Zoe
Because they
Kravitz.
had
Yeah.
her in consideration for Catwoman. When I saw that, I'm like, no.
No,
Okay,
that was
no.
just okay.
saw-
That was just what fans think.
Yeah, that was
Now-
when they heard about Robert Pattinson.
So all of a sudden, everyone's
What's
like,
wrong
"Oh,
with
Jacob
Twilight
is
is-
gonna,
Yeah,
Jacob's
Twilight
gonna be
just went
Robin."
crazy.
And,
What's
Yeah.
wrong with all of you? I'm sorry.
no, I mean, it looks like they have a pretty solid cast right now.
Well, okay, did you see X-Men First Class?
Yes.
Okay, Zoe Kravitz was in that, wasn't she? Wasn't she the girl with the wings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a pixie.
Pixie, right?
Yeah.
And I thought she did a decent job in that movie. So she's done a lot of other stuff since then, which I think.
Not
she
to
does
mention,
really,
it was
really
Lenny. It's
well.
Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet's kid, right?
Was it no? Was it Lisa Bonet?
Lisa Bonet's her mother. So I think you're confusing the wrong person. But that's Lisa Bonet's daughter, who is Jason Momoa's stepdaughter.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is Lisa Bonet.
Yeah.
Look at that picture right there. She looks like her.
Yeah, she looks like Lisa Bonet.
Yeah. I don't know if you know who Lisa Bonet is.
She was one of the Cosby kids.
She's
Oh.
probably,
The Cosby
probably
Show.
way
Why
too
is
young.
her, though?
But she was also in A Different World. Jason Momoa is her stepdad. Lenny Kravitz is her real dad. And you saw what he did in Hunger Games as Cinna. I mean, he was pretty good. And also in Precious, he was a pretty good actor as that.
Yeah, no, he
too.
does really good.
Yeah,
I've seen him in a couple things.
not to say her mother doesn't have like good acting chops. I think she's just retired or she hasn't done anything in a while.
Yeah, she hasn't done anything in a while.
But I mean, the background is there for her. Not to hold her up at a high esteem. I mean, she's done other things on her own, but we'll see what happens with this one. And I think she'll be more of an Eartha Camp.
Well, she's done like smaller roles. I mean, I think she was in another one of those young adult book movies. I forget which one. Another dystopian,
Yeah.
whatever. And she played a part in the movie, but her part was really, really well, really done well. It wasn't a major character, but then it was still, a character in the movie. I think she's just been doing small things here and there just to kind of tone up her acting chops. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of child actors that make it and some of them don't. I mean, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's daughter. I mean, she's up and down. I forgot her name now, but
Yeah.
Graham Cracker, Golden Cracker, or something like that. But no,
I can't see though, like, okay, because Zoe Kravitz is kind of like more dark skinned, type of woman. I can't see them getting another actress that looks similar to her to play a different, female character.
Yeah.
what do you mean?
Who were you talking about earlier? Rihanna?
Yeah, she's not gonna be Catwoman. God, thank God.
Oh no, not
or
Poison Ivy.
Yeah,
No.
or Poison Ivy. I can't see
No.
them doing that.
No.
If
I
we're gonna
wouldn't.
do Poison Ivy, you got to get a redhead and get a real redhead.
Yeah, I would agree. Not somebody that dyed their hair. You mean
Right.
like Uma Thurman did? Because Uma Thurman,
Yeah.
she's
I
more
don't
of
even know if
a
that was a dye hair, because if that was a dyed her hair, I mean, that was a bad dye job.
yeah.
What about like the girl from Game of Thrones?
No, Sophie Turner.
Yeah.
It's gotta be
Because she's already locked in as Jean Grey.
Well, that's true. She's
That's everyone's
already
gonna see her as
Yeah,
that, and not to
yeah.
mention that last movie wasn't all that great. And again, it's not the acting; it's the scripts,
Yep.
the storyline that's just not
Well, and
there.
that's what
And
I meant, because
unfortunately, that gives you.
I think she's a good actress, but considering she's already been in Game of Thrones and she's already done the X-Men, yeah, I couldn't see her doing another.
I mean, it doesn't have to be somebody that you know. What was that one girl that was actually, who played the girl from the TV show who played Poison Ivy as an older person that was in Gotham?
Was she a redhead?
Yeah, she's a natural redhead.
But they won't.
No, they're not
Cast,
gonna.
yeah.
They're gonna cast. So I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that's known. It could be somebody that's up and coming that we didn't
true.
even know of.
Yeah,
Could be, yeah.
true. You have to find the right person, but hopefully they'll just find the right actress.
Do you remember Tobey Maguire? You remember Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst, who's a blonde, had to dye her hair red, and Gwen Stacy's character was played by Ron Howard's daughter.
Yeah.
Was a redhead who had to dye her hair blonde.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
And I think the casting should have been done the well. I don't like Kirsten Dunst as Mary Jane. I couldn't buy
She was
it.
okay. I mean, yeah, I had a hard time.
She was one of the
That's
few
why-
actresses or actors.
I like her though.
Okay, she's one of the few actors that was a better child actor than an adult. Not to say I think she's got a new show out that's doing pretty good.
Interview with a
But
Vampire.
Interview with a Vampire and Jumanji
That's right.
was her best roles, and then she did Bring It On or I Brought
Yeah.
It or whatever it was
Step
called.
off.
Step It Up or Dance Revolution. I don't know what it was. Good.
Cheerlead this.
Yeah, that one, and it was just like all for me. For me, it was all downhill. For me,
I don't know. I still watch that movie.
I think the only other movie that I think I liked her in was, and it was a horrible movie in other people's eyes, is Elizabethtown with Orlando Bloom.
I couldn't get into that movie.
No.
Huh.
No.
I don't know why. I just
And you know what did it for me was damn, who played his mother? Damn it! That's gonna bother
No.
me.
Marissa Tomei.
No.
Elizabethtown.
Yeah.
Hurley. Did you find it yet?
No, I keep on.
Judy Greer.
No.
Susan Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon was probably like the part that got me in that one, because there was a scene where her husband always asked her to dance, and he died in the movie. So after he died, she took dancing lessons and did a very memorable or like a dance that he always wanted to dance, like a waltz or whatever. Well, that was pretty. Got you in the
Sounds like
feels.
one of my mom's movies.
No, yeah, I didn't. It was one of those things I saw it. And,
Chocolate.
And then that was like the last thing that I think Kirsten Dunst was okay in.
Yep, I
But I don't like her as Mary Jane Watson.
couldn't get into that movie.
Elizabethtown, yeah, it wasn't like a great movie.
Yeah, well,
Like-
isn't that like a small indie movie or something
Yeah.
like that too? Anyways, moving on.
So based on back on the Joker, is there any superhero or villain, actually one of each, that you think deserves their own movie?
Within the DC realm?
That doesn't matter. Just any character that you
Anything.
think. Yeah.
Well, I already stated earlier, you guys, I would like to see Deathstroke in his own movie, which I'm not sure at this point if it's happening still or not. I know
But-
they were talking about it.
Deathstroke is a really complex and awesome character,
Exactly.
but do you think he should be the lead role without being introduced in another movie?
You know, do you think he could carry his own movie by himself?
From the get-go.
And I probably would have him in something else.
See, I would love if they do. I know the TV show's going on Titans, but I would love to see him as the main antagonist
Mhm.
in a movie based on the Teen Titans.
Sure, wouldn't be bad. That really wouldn't. You know, that would be interesting if you have Ravager as part of the Teen Titans.
Well, she was part of the Teen Titans for a bit. As a matter of fact,
Well, I
she is.
mean, if you
She's
have
in
her
the in
that-
Titans right now. She is a Teen Titan.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, if you have her with that, with Deathstroke being the main antagonist in the movie.
Well, I could also bring in Jericho, which is another one of his kids.
That would be nice. Can we just have a whole Wilson family movie, please?
Oh, Slade Wilson, or Wade Wilson,
Which Wilson?
yeah,
Me, like, which death one do you think?
yeah.
No,
Well, one's a
I mean
ripoff of the other
Deathstroke.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Original Deathstroke, there we go.
what about a villain?
Oh, that is a villain.
That is.
Deathstroke is a
Okay,
villain.
what about the hero?
Yeah.
You gotta pick another. Pick another character here. Come on.
You had me so sidetracked with that. I'm like, damn it, I just had one. I don't know if they could do their own, if he could really do his own movie. And this isn't completely a hero, kind of goes back and forth, but I would love to see Azrael. And so,
From Batman,
yeah.
the Order of Saint Dumas.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be pretty interesting.
That is a good idea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they don't necessarily have to go on that character. They could go on the Order, the whole
Yeah.
entire Order.
Yeah. Because that's one.
But that would be the
that
case. I would
do
love to see the Court of Owls.
And we've
That's
had
true, yeah.
hints to Court of Owls, but we haven't had anything solely based around them.
Well, the Court of Owls is still fairly new,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean,
Oh, we've
you
had
could-
them in Gotham. That's what we've had them in.
Yeah, and you could do almost whatever you wanted with it too, because it's not like they've been used up for storylines.
yeah, not too many people know. Not as many people know about the Order of Saint Dumas.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a pretty good one.
Except unless you watch Gotham, if you just watch movies and shows.
Yeah, but even Gotham
Got
didn't
it
do
wrong.
justice,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what
they
I
didn't.
mean?
Even with the
Actually,
Court of
that's
I
a
Owls,
good
still
one.
didn't see Azrael.
even with the
Just
Court of
saying.
Owls,
Mhm.
they didn't.
No.
Well, he did see Azrael.
Little bit, not.
He
yeah,
was-
you
he
see
wa-
like a couple of episodes.
He was the one that they
read.
resurrected, and they convinced
Yeah.
him that he was Azrael.
And then he put on a weird black outfit.
Yeah.
I wasn't
That's all I was
that
saying, like-
satisfied.
He wasn't done. They didn't give him justice.
Yeah, that's a really good character that I actually really like. I'm like, don't mess this one up.
You know, I actually still want to see I would love to see a Riddler movie.
A what?
Riddler.
By itself?
Yeah. I mean, they do a Joker movie. I can't see why they couldn't do a Riddler movie.
He's right.
And I just think that it's untapped potential for a really smart movie.
And that's one of the other
Or story.
larger villains for the DC comics, for the Batman comics. Even.
Yeah, I mean, I really think that there's untapped potential there. They can make something really strong and smart out of that.
They probably could. Who would you cast?
So, I don't know, that's a really good question, though.
Yeah.
There's so many different types of versions of him, drawn and even written. Especially like the one right now, he's like an Irish.
I really don't.
Yeah, I'm not really thrilled about it. He
Eh.
looks more like a boxer, and I'm like, that's not really.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
supposed to be a
not
scrawny,
really
puny.
Yeah, the kind of Riddler I like is the one where he is more scrawny
Yeah.
and not really puny, but just really thin.
Mm.
You know, where
Has
he
more
uses his brain.
brains than muscle.
Yeah, and that's what I liked about the Riddler. You know, he can really just come up with some crazy, insane type of, you know.
But can he carry a movie without the Batman?
Can
Yeah, I don't see why not.
See, and the reason I say that
You know
is
what?
because
Yeah, you can.
the problem with that is the fact. I mean, granted, comic books and movies are different. Is that to him, no one is his intellectual equal other than Batman. He could outsmart anyone,
Right.
but Batman.
Right.
Okay, I think that he can just because they already have kind of done it
With whom?
with Gotham. Because if you think about it, that's one of Gotham's larger characters that everyone pretty much goes crazy over.
But they had to dumb him down. He had a brain
that's
injury.
what I was about to say.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I mean,
still, I don't think
But he
in
still
Gotham.
held it.
I mean, he did a great job. I like the
no, I
character
like the
in Gotham,
actor. Yeah.
But I don't think they took the character of the Riddler far enough. You know what I mean?
I mean, they
Like
showed
the
it.
TV
They showed his narcissism when he killed his girlfriend's boyfriend off, and he spelled his name on the suicide note or whatever, or the note where he left.
And I think that was probably like the best.
That was because that's
was
what
the
he would
best
do
part
because
of
he
him,
wants
yeah.
people to know that he did it and he outsmarted people. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I would love to see a movie based on the Riddler. I don't have a problem with that. But where could it go if he only sees this one person as intellectual equal?
Mm-hmm.
So the Joker is crazy for being crazy. The Riddler is trying to outsmart everyone else that he is outsmarted, but he can't outsmart Batman. So, I mean, a Batman versus Riddler is great without Jim Carrey.
But you could literally have the movie almost the same as like with the Joker, where you know he has to find himself. He realizes that he's smarter than everybody else, and then when it comes to the end of the movie, he basically says, "Well, there's no point," you know, and he lets himself get caught, and he literally says, "I'll just stay here in Arkham until I find someone worthy." You could do something like that.
Work on a script. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
You could pitch it to what's his name.
Yeah,
you could pitch it
I'll have my people
to Little Joker.
But no, I think that you're right with the Riddler.
Well, I mean, because I've been saying for like a long time. There's very few times where I've actually seen the Riddler take full center stage in a story.
Yeah.
And I still feel like there's untapped potential there.
Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing the Jokes and Riddles storyline made into a.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Well, like
And
I said,
kinda
that's
what I
one
mean.
of their major villains, and they haven't done anything with him.
Yeah, and that's
With
what I
whom?
mean.
Yeah.
The Riddler.
Yeah.
Besides Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
That was
horrible. But there's that, and then I don't know. I mean, the one thing I liked about Jokes and Riddles was Kite Man. They gave him a really good story.
They were like using him and.
Yeah, they gave him a really, really good story. But they did the same thing with Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
He was a throwaway garbage, like, oh, here's Cold. And they gave him a really tragic backstory, and like, damn, that sucks.
Yep.
Mr. Freeze wouldn't be Mr. Freeze if it wasn't for that one story, because before it was just like, I think his name was Mr. Cold or something like that for a
Mr.
while.
Freeze could be done as a solo movie. Easy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a big one right now, especially. I've seen a lot of people talk about that character.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see a Detective Chimp.
You would.
That'd be great.
And you wouldn't want him to talk English?
No, he had to. He has to talk. He's gonna be like the chimp from Umbrella Academy. Just smart.
Oh, yeah.
Because he.
But it's already been done. The Umbrella Academy.
Batman calls him to help solve mysteries. And he's got to be a pretty great. He has to be a.
You just lost your audience.
You have to be a great detective. Oh, people watch Curious George.
You do.
Who has watched that recently?
Not me.
Didn't they just come out with another movie of them, something like that?
Not that I know.
But didn't Will Ferrell
He's
play?
got it on DVD.
I never really got it. Yeah, I don't know if it was live action, but I know they made a couple of Curious George movies with Will Ferrell, who played the man in the yellow hat.
Oh, they did do that, but that was a while ago.
But I want to see a Detective Chimp. I think that'd be funny. If a raccoon works.
Yeah, but that raccoon had attitude.
You don't know nothing about Detective Chimp? Nobody knew attitude. Nobody knew he had attitude until they saw the movie. There's that, and then everyone wants to see a Moon Knight movie. I want to see a Moon Knight movie.
I'm not gonna lie, I do want to see that one. I was tempted to say that because there was a show. I'm like, I'm passing by Moon Knight.
I really don't want. I really don't want to see a Silver Sable and Black Cat movie. I know they were pitching that I was going to call Silver and Black.
Yeah. Raiders.
Yeah, no, that was the real title of the movie.
I remember that.
And then
there's a character that came out years ago and died really quick, but I would love to see it because I thought that character had a lot of potential, and then it just never went anywhere. Do you ever hear of a character called Ash?
Which one? Because I can think of 5 right now.
Okay. Then no. This character was actually a guy that he was a firefighter and got caught in a fire and somehow got powers where he was able to control fire.
Oh, fire.
Firefly?
Human Torch? Like
Firefly?
the human...
Kind of like that. It was I can't remember because it was so long ago, and I'm not even sure if I still have the comics. I think they only came out with like 3 comics.
Oh.
Okay. And it was back when who was it? Jimmy how do you pronounce that name? I always have trouble with his name. Palminetti or Palminetti?
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah. It was back when Image had first started.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
But I always thought that was like an interesting character. And the story that they did looked like it was going to be really good. We was going to get like very supernatural, you know, and then it just disappeared.
There's been a lot of them like that.
You know, for a while, there was a rumor with that crisis going on with the DC Universe. Somebody had posted that they think Stephen Amell might become the Spectre.
Really? I thought somebody got
they kind of because he posted something. He said today was something is like it was a real long Spectre or something along those lines, and everyone started like, is he gonna die and become the Spectre? Mm-hmm. And then it wound up being that they did cast somebody as a Spectre. But I think it would have been great to have him as a Spectre. Mm-hmm. You know, another movie that I want to see is there's an X-Men called Forget Me Not. There could have been a movie and we probably don't even know.
I don't even know. I've never even heard of it.
Exactly. That is his power, is that nobody remembers him.
Okay.
Like he.
Wait, are you talking about the character?
There's a character. His name is Forget Me Not. He is an X-Men.
I know.
And he's been an X-Men for a few years. The problem is that his superpower is that he's forgettable.
I haven't seen him
so
in
there's,
any of the comics though.
Well, yeah, because everyone forgets about him. You probably did and don't even know because you forgot. But that's his power. Where like he's in the X-Men, like how the hell did you get in here? He's like, I'm an X-Men. Where Professor X actually has to probe his mind. Oh yeah, you're telling the truth. You are an X-Men. You've been an X-Men for such. And then he's got to remind all the X-Men that he is an X-Men, but then they leave the room and they forget all about him. So that's his superpower, is that he's forgettable. So you probably read his story yesterday and don't remember.
What were you saying?
That just proved my point. We probably already have a Forget Me Not movie and nobody remembers.
I mean, weren't we supposed to be getting a Nightwing movie?
No.
I would love to see that though, like a Robin or Nightwing movie by himself.
Yeah, because they had that announced. They had that in their lineup.
Yeah, that's been scrapped years ago.
I still want to see it.
Because technically speaking, we would have had Justice League 2 by like last year or a year ago. Mm-hmm. So that kind of got. I mean, their whole everything's on hold right now.
They need more work on Justice League before I'm ready for another one.
Well, they gotta build up their roster of heroes.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean by that.
Still don't know what's gonna happen with Green Lantern.
I mean, that was.
Well, there was a Green Lantern Corps that was good. That was slated to come out.
Supposed to, yeah.
Yeah, but then something about they wanted the same guy to play him.
No, Ryan Reynolds is completely out. and they were trying to cast
They were
somebody.
trying to cast
I
him.
heard that Zack Snyder's vision was okay. Remember in Man of Steel that general?
Zod? Yep.
No, not him.
Yeah. The guy who worked later on wound up working for the Pentagon.
Yeah. That he was actually going to become.
John Stewart?
Yeah, John Stewart, or that he was John Stewart in like Secret or something like that. That he was going to be the Green Lantern.
I mean, I wouldn't be too mad at that.
I really don't like that actor. For that character.
Yeah.
Just for that.
Like
for
that
that.
idea for the actor, maybe not. But if they have a John Stewart lead this instead of
Actually, I think I want to see a Guy Gardner.
Yeah, he wants to see it.
I want to see a
I
Guy
can
Gardner.
see why you would want that. I'm not gonna lie, I can see that. I don't know. I've never seen Guy as much as a leader as Hal or John, just because he's such a hothead.
That's why I want to see him
See,
going up
and
against Batman.
And that's why I want
Well, that makes sense for him. Yeah.
Kyle Rayner.
Really? He's
No, a
to
lot
me,
of
he's like the
people
weakest,
don't see that.
weakest lantern.
Yeah, but I've said it before, where you can take that character
And do a
and
lot.
change it.
Well,
you know?
actually, you know
But
what?
here's
Kyle
the
people
thing, though,
remember
is
him.
that if they ever
Actually,
pick,
no. Kyle is supposed to be one of the more powerful ones.
So-
when it was Ion, when he was Ion, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He had the whole entire power of the core. But if you see anyone other than John Stewart or Hal Jordan be picked as Green Lantern, people will lose their mind. They will not accept it. They won't.
It's true, yeah.
I mean, as much as they want to see
Well,
Guy Gardner,
well-
but they want to see Guy Gardner with another lantern.
Maybe you're just
Yeah.
talking about DC fans, because in Marvel Land, they were able to accept Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, but that's the
No,
Guardians
no.
of the Galaxy. They have it's kind of like saying, I want to see, Zod's
That's why
son
I'm-
Superman, as opposed to Clark Kent Superman.
I'm not mad
I
at
would,
that.
yeah, I'd be down for that. Too.
See,
I would be more down for that.
if you introduce him over Kal-El, people will not like. I said, like, okay, well, I'm going to do Donna Troy, Wonder Woman.
I'm sorry, that's the same reason when people get mad at me. It's like, I don't like Superman. Why? He's a Boy Scout. He's boring.
Get out.
Yeah.
Okay, bye, guys.
But to me, it's kind of like, I think you have to establish these characters before you go like, oh, okay, let's go Elseworld first.
But again, I've said before, if you do another Hal Jordan, I mean, that's a steep, mountain to climb, because it's fallen so hard.
Yeah, but the same thing could be said about Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man
no, I
was
can't say
horrible.
that. I can't say that. No.
You like the Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah, it was okay, but I don't think it was as bad as Green Lantern.
Yeah, no, not by a long shot.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it was just as bad.
Well, I mean, just ticket sales alone would say that it wasn't as bad as Green Lantern.
Well, it's because they were sponsored by also stupid Hot Wheels.
What was
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
That's when you see they do the Hot Wheels track.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you're sponsored by Hot Wheels.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's very right.
But I don't know. I think they ought to do like. Not too many people know Kyle.
No, but see,
No,
that's
they
why I
don't.
say you could use that to your advantage.
I mean, we also
what I mean?
have Jessica.
I
and
would want
Simon,
to. I
too.
would want to see John Stewart before I see Kyle.
I mean, we also have Jessica and Simon now too.
Yeah, but not too many people know them. See,
Actually,
I'm basing it on the animated series, because that's where John's. Even though he was the Lantern beforehand, everyone was waiting to see why isn't it Hal Jordan?
But another reason why I would pick Kyle is because you could have a character that's more playful,
Yeah,
and John Stewart's not playful.
he's not.
He's like a Marine. He's very serious, and so that means that.
Are we talking about
everybody
Justice
is
League right
serious.
now? The Justice League that we just saw, because you already have.
No, I'm talking about just a John Stewart movie.
Yeah, let's see a John Stewart movie.
Yeah, but it'd be
I want to see a
serious
Kyle movie.
It'd be a serious movie, and there would be no playfulness.
It depends on who. It depends on who he's playing off of.
See, and I think that was the down.
That's why I'd
was
rather-
another downside to the Green Lantern.
That's-
movie,
that's
because
why-
it felt too serious.
I'm
Wait,
not
wait,
gonna
are you? No, I felt he was too
Yeah.
jokey.
Oh no, not at
No.
all.
You don't think Ryan Reynolds was joking in that movie?
Nope.
Oh God, you got to watch it
No.
again.
Oh, I've seen it several
Actually,
times.
Yeah, he was a little jokey in it.
I don't think he was joking enough.
Because he's when he made his voice all deep, it's kind of like, you don't think I'm going to recognize you just because you're hiding your cheekbones.
And all those
You
jokes
know-
felt forced.
Yeah.
They didn't film.
It's because the movie wasn't written for him. The movie was written for Jack Black.
Okay, now we're way
Whoa,
off.
No, Jack Black was supposed to be the original. Was the original pick for the Green Lantern. They wanted Jack Black.
No.
They didn't want Ryan Reynolds. They didn't want anyone else. They had the script written for Jack Black.
But that wouldn't make any sense.
That's why this movie didn't make any sense, because he didn't change it, and he also didn't have any input. The reason that Deadpool works so well is because of the simple fact that Ryan Reynolds has a hand in it and helps produce it, because he knows the character, and he also knows his sense of humor.
Right.
Yep.
So now, if I write a script and I want Jack Black, the script is going to be catered to Jack Black's sense of humor and silly slapstick, comedy that he does from time to time. But he's also does the serious roles. Very rarely.
I still couldn't even see it working with Jack Black.
Exactly my point.
I'm not saying because of the way he looks.
No.
I'm just saying, like, flat out, even if Jack Black went and bulked up and got the same type of body.
They were gonna go. It was gonna be a comedy, and if he was gonna play Hal Jordan, chubbier, heavier set Hal Jordan. Granted, he's lost weight, gained weight, whatever the case is, so it's not impossible for an actor to do. But Jack Black was the original thought for Green Lantern. He, for whatever reason, they went with Ryan Reynolds, probably because the studio said, like, well, he has a better look than Jack Black for this role. But the script didn't really change for him. The script stayed for Jack Black. So some of the jokes didn't pan out. They felt forced because they weren't for his sense of humor.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have been mad if Jack Black was Green Lantern. I really would.
But I'll always make it fall back onto the director, though, because why didn't the director just change it to fit the actor?
Well, I was more upset that they had a whole entire CG suit.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Is the fact that the CG suit, and you also made a Guardian become the Parallax.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and again, it was one of those early comic book movies that didn't follow the comics, just like Daredevil didn't, just like Spawn kinda. I think Spawn was more bad CG, and I didn't really care for a lot of the acting.
But that was done on a very low budget too.
Yeah. But the same thing with like the first Incredible Hulk. The Ang Lee didn't really follow.
But then that was the director too.
Yeah, but it's also the story. I mean, before it all said, it's kind of like, all right, we're gonna make this movie. We're gonna do tests. Here's a script. Now you get hired as a director. You have to make what they just gave in front of you work.
But from a director's point of view, though, and this has happened several times, where when a production company is looking to make a movie, the first thing you get is a script, not a director.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the script first,
and then you shop around for directors, and you hand the script to the director and say, like, okay, now tell me what do you see.
But you see, here's the problem.
And then you get multiple directors. That
Visions. Exactly. But that's where the problem lies. It's kind of like what you say you're gonna do, and what you decide to actually do are totally different things.
Yeah.
So you in turn take a script, and it's kind of like, all right, it's an okay script. Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
The last one that they made was garbage.
Yeah.
And they decided we're gonna push through with this. Thor: The Dark World was not great at all. It's probably one of the weakest, if not the weakest, followed by Iron Man 3.
Okay.
So, I mean, they decided, let's go with these stories and see how they stick. The reason they didn't really worry about Thor, because it was following the first Thor. And the first Thor wasn't that great either. Third Thor was probably the best of them all. And that's very rare for that to happen in a movie, because it's usually the first one and the third one always sucks.
Right.
Like Iron Man.
Yep.
To me, Iron Man 3 was the weakest out of the three of them. How are you going to have a Christmas movie in July? So, anyway.
Die Hard.
But that wasn't released. That was also released around November.
No, I want to say September.
That's better than July.
No, wait. I think it was a summer movie.
I gotta find out. I'm not going to right now. But at that time, it's kind of like you have a director. They says what this vision is gonna be. He gets to help out pick the actors. Yeah, if he's always, I've always wanted to work with this person and I got him. You know that's not right for the role.
Right.
But I got this big name, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
As Ghost Rider. You got the name, or
Superman.
For Henry Cavill?
Nicolas Cage.
Oh, that was Tim Burton's thing.
Right. But see, that's kind of my point, though. You get a script, and depending on who
But
the
in that,
director
but
is,
but
you're
it,
gonna get a different.
but you see,
outcome.
but that's the thing with
I
Tim
have
Burton.
something to say about this one.
with Tim Burton, he wrote the script.
On
Superman Lives. He wrote the script and was going to direct it himself. So of course he's not going to criticize his own work.
yeah, I think he did work on that script.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will say this because you're saying directors, it's the director's view, but sometimes the directors don't have the final say in what happens. Sometimes they want something, but sometimes what the producers
Well, no,
want.
I
the
understand that the same thing
company
happened with Sam Raimi in Spider-Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to do the Sinister Six one by one, and they kept on pushing Venom. So Venom was not his idea. The studio told him to do that, and we're paying you this money. Same thing with the Snyder Cut. You know, he had a vision. He planned everything out. And it's kind of like, well, this is not the vision we want, even though you've already laid the footwork. So now we're going to go with our own version of what you've already worked on. The same thing happened with Superman 3. Richard Donner had decided to work 2 movies together.
Exactly.
They fired him, and they had 75% of the movie. They scrapped it. That stupid plastic S that came out of his chest was retarded.
Yep, I remember that.
And but then they re-released a Donner cut and made a little bit more sense.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I understand because they had that version, Lois Lane just straight out shot Clark Kent without even being sure that it was Superman. Like, I'm just gonna pull out a gun and just shoot you because I think you're Superman. You know, as opposed to him accidentally falling into the fire and not burning his hand. That made why would Lois Lane shoot a friend?
Well, at the same time, Superman ended up reversing time for the second time in Richard Donner version.
Yeah,
Instead of the kiss,
Yeah.
which still was retarded to boot.
yeah.
Not going there.
The magic kiss. Yeah. So, like,
Sucked the memory right out of her.
but the thing about it again is kind of like they go out, and not to say it wasn't one of Superman's powers, because in the beginning he had some really whack powers.
Sure.
Super mathematics is just regular mathematics, bro. Just because you're Superman doesn't make it super mathematics. The fact that he could shoot mini versions of himself from his palm at one point.
Yeah, that was
Super knitting.
the entire super zoo that they would come out with.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, God.
super ape and
Yeah,
Super horse
streaky and yeah, and
Those are still, people still talk about those
oh
ones.
yeah, I know.
I was like, okay.
you know they had Streaky the cat and
Yeah.
Crypto, which that one's the only one that stuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's a dog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's even made it in Titans again, and that's what I named my dog was Crypto.
Nice, good job.
So, but yeah, so I'm not gonna put it all on the actors. I will blame the story before I blame the actor.
Yeah.
Second, I would blame the Third, I would blame the director before I blame the actor.
And there's been a lot of times too though where and I've heard this story over and over and over and over again where an actor has said like, yeah, I agreed to do this movie. They gave me a script. I read it. I loved it. I said, I have to do this movie. I signed on the dotted line. I show up to do the work and they changed the script on me.
Yeah, that does happen a lot.
Yeah, that happened to Christopher Reeve. He was done with Superman after Superman 3. And then they gave him the script for Superman 4.
Well,
He shows up to work, and they completely changed the entire thing on it.
Well, the problem that I had is that they promised him a whole bunch of stuff. Because he also had his own production studio. Warner Brothers said, we're going to give you this, this, and this, but we need you here for this movie. He reluctantly said yes. As a matter of fact, I think it was a different team altogether.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the version of like Tim Burton left, so now we're going to put it in the hands of somebody else, and it was went in a different direction. The thing, after Superman 2, they should not have made Superman 3. You cannot have...
Moneymaker.
Yeah, it was a cash grab. Because you cannot have Superman standing still behind Richard Pryor as he tells jokes. It was a Richard Pryor movie with Superman in it.
Yeah. Superman means Richard Pryor.
Yeah, and that's what that was. For me, as a fan now, and as a kid, I was like, oh, evil Superman versus, good Superman. It would have been great if they would have named it Bizarro.
Yeah.
But as an adult, it's kind of like Superman is just standing behind Richard Pryor. Superman wouldn't do that. Not to say he wants a limelight or anything like that, But it's kind of like I have more important things to do right now because I'm hearing people screaming in my ear, you know, they need help. But yet I'm just standing behind Richard Pryor as he goes on a spiel or a tangent and making jokes. Brewster's Millions was a great movie for Richard Pryor.
Well, that was a really good movie. I love that movie.
You know, you got John Candy, you got Richard Pryor. It was a great combination, comedy duo that wasn't really a duo, but it worked. And I think I'm not sure if it came around, it was around that time that it came out, and I'm not sure that's what they were banking on the success. Or they were banking on the success of Richard Pryor.
Well, yeah.
He was a hot comic.
Reason why, yeah.
But again, you can't have Superman just standing behind Richard Pryor. That was a problem I had. Superman 1, Superman 2, done. Christopher Reeves, move on, do something else. And he tried.
Like I said, they just wanted the money. They just wanted to come out and churn out some more movies because they knew it would just make money. So they didn't really care if production drops and, you know, just how movie studios are.
Yeah.
It very much is their businesses. If it's making money over making the fans happy, they're going to choose the money.
Well, yeah, of course. Okay, so I think we can wrap it up.
Real quick, I'm also going to post up some pictures and videos. We did the Batman run, so I'll post some stuff up there so you guys could check that out and let you guys know. It was a good run. It was a lot of fun. So it was my first 5K and I actually finished. I was just proud of myself for doing that.
You got a really cool award, though. I mean,
yeah, they gave us all medals. I'll post pictures of the medals. I did a couple videos so you guys could check that out.
Nice. All right, so I guess that's it for today. Heroes signing out. See you guys next time.
See y'all later.
Bye.